so much energy for today. I have no idea why.
I think Jericho just been off a little bit more than he wants to chew.
What's up, guys? I have no idea what I'm doing. Alright, welcome back to my channel. So today I decided to do something a little bit different. I'm just gonna have fun with it, you know? Alright, so I never knew that I was the person that collected things until I actually realized that I was collecting things. So I collect two things, one of which I've already shown you guys, which was my Taylor Swift magazine collection. But chances are, if you're watching this video, you're probably interested in this collection that I'm about to show you. And it's my wrestling ticket stub collection. So believe it or not, I have been collecting or trying to save all of my tickets from every wrestling event that I've ever been to. Ever. It's kind of hard because, you know, sometimes you come home and you put stuff away and then you try not to lose things, but I think I've managed to do pretty well for myself. I've saved so many of my ticket stubs from so many shows that I've been to. So get this. My first show was all the way back in April 25th, 2001. 2001, I was 8 years old. 8 years old. I'm 27 now. I did the math. Check it out. I did the math. That's 19 years, right? 27 minus 8. 19 years of going to wrestling events. And so I've saved, that doesn't sound right. Can that much time possibly have gone by?
Yes!
So my first wrestling event was UPW, which was in Anaheim. I was so excited. My uncle was basically telling me he was gonna go to a show. He showed me the flyer and I was like, hey, can I come? And he was like, yeah, sure, ask your mom. And my mom was like, yeah, sure, I don't see any harm in that. Whatever, the point is that I went to my first show. I was super excited. I saw Edge and Christian that night. I saw Molly Holly. I was like in the third row. It was the best thing ever. And after that, I was immediately hooked. So my first Raw was on December 10th, 2001 at the Arrowhead Pond of Anaheim, which is now the Honda Center. I remember being so particularly excited for this one because it was the night after Vengeance 2001, which was the night that Chris Jericho won the Undisputed Championship. And so I remember being so excited. I remember telling everybody like, oh, history was made this night, blah, blah, blah. And Chris Jericho was my favorite wrestler. And I was going to the Raw after he had won the Undisputed title. So I just like, this was a really good one, guys. That's like my only memory though. My only memory of the show is driving to the actual show and being like really excited about it. But there you go. This was my first Raw. I have so many random tickets here. I'm just gonna grab some. They're like not in order, but I have, let's see, Raw 2002 in Anaheim, SmackDown 2010, Raw 2010, No Way Out 2007. I have One Night Stand from 2008 in San Diego. That's just like not even like all of them. There's still like so many that I haven't even read. Those were just like random ones. But I remember so my uncle would take me to like Raw, SmackDown's pay-per-views, and that's what I was used to, house shows and all of that stuff. That was like the first stuff besides the UPW event that I would go to. But then out of nowhere, my uncle introduced me to indie wrestling. And at this point, I didn't know anything about PWG. I think I was like, I don't even know, like 5th grade or something. I didn't know about it. And I remember my uncle telling me he was going to take me to PWG, and I remember thinking, like, this is so embarrassing. The first thing I asked my uncle was, are there fireworks there? And he was like, no, there's no fireworks. And I was like, hold up, we're going to an event that doesn't have fireworks? But I just remember it was at the Jewish Life Community Center, and I think the first people I saw there were like Chris Sabin, Chris Hero. I remember Ronan fell on me. It was pretty interesting. I remember being super afraid of Super Dragon, but that was just one of the ones that I remember like being like really impressed by. Like that was the first time I ever saw the action up close. Like I had never seen wrestling that close in my life like I did at PWG. So hey, that was a good one to start at, right? So after that, I pretty much started going to like every wrestling show that you can think of. All of them. I I have tickets for just about like every promotion that you can think of that has come here to LA. I don't even know where to start. I have Impact Wrestling ones, I have New Japan ones, I have, here are some of my Bola ones when they weren't that expensive. I have that, I have Dragon Gate stuff, I have, oh my gosh, there's just so much, Ring of Honor stuff, there's a bunch going on here, like a bunch. And it's funny because the tickets literally went from like looking super awesome like this to then just being like big giant pieces of paper, which I hate, by the way. I prefer like the nice smaller tickets. And by the way, these include none of the shows which I've worked because that's just like a whole other thing. These are the tickets I actually attended as a fan. Okay, so one of my favorite things that I used to collect, and I really wish WWE still did this, is this little thing. So they used to do these for WrestleManias and stuff. I've been to 6 WrestleManias. I'm very proud of that. So my WrestleManias that I've been to, I wrote them down because I have a terrible freaking memory. Where is my picture? All right, here we go. Let's track this down. So my first WrestleMania was WrestleMania 21 in Los Angeles. I remember being so nervous for this show. My hands were sweating when I got out of the car. I was just so excited. I had never been to a WrestleMania. I had heard all of these crazy things about it and like pretty much all the hype. And so I remember getting this lanyard. Oh, I love this so much. So that was my first WrestleMania. My second one was actually in 2010, Arizona, WrestleMania 26. I remember because the cool thing that I remember about this WrestleMania is that this was the first WrestleMania I ever participated in going to indie shows and all of that stuff. I remember I attended my first Dragon Gate show during this WrestleMania season. It was really cool. It was the first time I had ever traveled for wrestling, period. I had never traveled for wrestling, and I think this was the event that changed my life because after that, I was like, I gotta start traveling more. I gotta go to more cities and go to more shows, and this was the one that did it for me. So there you go, WrestleMania 26. And then I also did WrestleMania 31. WrestleMania 31 was the first WrestleMania that I did with my fiance. So this was like the first one that was in family, went out with my man, and we went to all the shows back to back. I remember getting really bad allergies from all the ring dust, but we did shows back to back to back, and I think that's what really kicked off and made me like not want to miss any more WrestleManias. After that, we did WrestleMania 32 in Dallas, which by the way was like a really boring city. Dallas was kind of boring, like there wasn't really much to do, but the shows were great, so much fun. It was so easy to get from show to show to show, so that was awesome. WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans. I hated New Orleans. New Orleans sucked. Like the city, it sucked, and I didn't like the food. I'm sorry, New Orleans people, but yeah. I hated it because whenever wrestling shows would finish, everything was closed. There was like no places to go eat. There was like one restaurant and the line was like 30 miles long. So I was not down with that. But New Orleans was the first WrestleMania that I ever covered the Hall of Fame and all of that stuff as a press person. So a big shift from like Dallas to New Orleans for this one here. So that was like, I really enjoyed that particular portion of it because I had never experienced anything like it. And then my sixth WrestleMania was WrestleMania 35 in New York, which was last year's WrestleMania. And that one by far was the best one because so much stuff happened. Like I was there, you know, covering all of the events for WWE, which was incredible. For my own channel, I may add, and I got proposed to. Like, I don't know how you beat that. Like, too much good stuff happened for me in New York last year that I don't think I will ever be able to top, ever. So I'm really, really proud of those. Alrighty, so there you go. That is the look inside my wrestling ticket stub collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this fun little mini video. I added the hat just for fun because, hey, where else am I going to wear it? Like, I can't walk out in public like this, okay? I just can't. I really hope you guys enjoyed a look into all of this. Share with me, how many WrestleManias have you been to? How many do you want to go to? What was your first wrestling event? What are some of your wrestling memories? Let me know all of that in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this little video, give it a like and please subscribe to the channel. I'm almost at 25 25K, and I reached my 2-year anniversary running this channel on March 27th. So I really hope I get that 25K way before then. So, alrighty guys, there you go. That's what I have here. If you guys want to chat more about this with me, hit me up on Twitter or on Instagram @_Denise Salcedo. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.